on, man.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tay and
John.
Cincinnati Picker here today, and I haven't done an interview series in a long time, and I want to bring it back. You should be seeing somebody else very soon, Tesla Picker. Yeah, they're calling you out now.
Love
but
that.
Yeah, right here we are with John, Cincinnati Picker, and I wanted to just come hang out and ask him a few questions about his life becoming a reseller, a father, and so much more, because we know he's like one of the best YouTubers that we do have out there, and it's an honor to be able to just not only, I'm gonna claim it, be his friend, but also he's some kind of a mentor to me. So
I appreciate that. I wouldn't go as far as saying best YouTuber, but
One
I
of the
appreciate
best.
the compliment.
One of the best. Definitely one of the best. I mean genuine when I say that. So you're like one of the most genuine YouTubers out there.
Well, thanks, man.
Everybody says that. So
I appreciate that.
yeah. So you want to introduce yourself for those 3 people in the world who may not know who you are?
Yeah, my name is John. My channel is the Cincinnati Picker. I've been making videos for 5 years now. My anniversary was like a couple days ago, 5-year anniversary. Going to garage sales, finding all kinds of cool stuff, flipping it on eBay and whatnot, and Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, and just anywhere I can find to sell stuff. That's where I sell.
So what got you into reselling initially?
So first thing that I ever flipped, I was like 19 years old. We're going back like a long time ago. My grandma was at a garage sale and bought a piece of furniture that she needed me to go get my truck and go pick it up. So I went and picked it up, and I was working at a sporting goods store at the time. So I picked up the piece of furniture and saw they had all these sporting goods for cheap. And I'm like, I can just buy these and flip them in my work and like make some money on this. So I did that and made $100, and like I was hooked from then on. Then I was out hitting the streets, getting all the garage sales, sporting goods stuff, and making some decent money at it.
Garage sales is like one of your best forms of thrifting?
Oh yeah, garage sales are the best in my opinion, at least around here anyways. Like your ROI is nothing beats it. You just find some really, really good stuff for cheap.
So you don't have any luck at Goodwills around here?
No good ones. I spent a solid winter, like my first full year reselling back in like 2014, hitting the thrift stores, and it's rough. It's not great out here.
So one thing in the community that a lot of people too talk about resellers, it can be kind of a lonely business, and you are married, you have 2 beautiful children, and y'all do a lot more adopting as well. When you brought up reselling with your wife, was it something hard to approach her with? Like, yeah, I'm about to give up my career and just start selling stuff.
It wasn't too hard because I had been doing it part-time since she met me. So like I've been doing it part-time for like 18 years now. So I had already been about 10 years in part-time when I decided to go full-time. So
Okay.
she was pretty much on board, and within a couple months I was bringing in enough money to, pay bills and stuff. So she's like, all right, and ever since she's just been super supportive of it, which is awesome.
Yeah, it pays the bills, right?
Right, exactly.
That's what's up. It's definitely good to have somebody being so supportive of you, and I'm lucky enough to know that now. But with having kids, do you think it's an advantage being a full-time reseller, or do you think it's a disadvantage at times because of the fact there's no stability, as a lot of people like to say, because you don't have that 9-to-5 full-time job?
I think there's a lot more benefits than there are non-benefits. Like the flexibility is great because like if my wife's got something going on and she can't do something with the kids, then I just drop what I'm doing and go get them. Or like if they got a doctor's appointment, I just schedule my work around that because I can work anytime. Like I know tomorrow I got a lot going on with the kids, so I'm getting up early to get my shipments knocked out and everything. That way later on in the morning I can take care of the kids and do what I need to do with them.
So kind of like the beauty, you making your own schedule. You do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Drop it at the drop of a hat if you need to. And
Yeah,
just,
every day is different. Like my schedule, it's not like, get there at a certain time and leave at a certain time. Like it's always different, trying to get things done and juggle the kids and the family and everything.
So when it comes to reselling and the platforms, there's so many platforms out there: Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, whatnot, OfferUp, Let Go, even just setting up your own yard sales, which you kind of do. We'll get here in a little bit. When it comes to like the apps online, what are your favorite places to sell on?
I've been selling on eBay now, I guess, pretty much since the beginning, so almost 20 years. I still love selling on eBay. I've shifted a lot towards whatnot. Only like certain categories, things that aren't incredibly difficult to ship. Things that I can kind of show on camera and do a little bit of an explanation of. If you guys aren't familiar with whatnot, it's basically live stream auctions. So I'm on there selling cards, Funko Pops, collectibles, toys, action figures, different things. And I basically give a little brief description of it and then put it up for auction for 15 seconds or 20 seconds. And then as soon as it ends, it gives me a notification that payment went through. So the amount of stuff you can go through in a short amount of time is just crazy. I just bought this Funko Pop collection of 350 Funko Pops. I sold all of them in 12 days on Whatnot. Wow. Sold, shipped, out the door, done. 12-day flip of 350 Funko Pops. And I couldn't have even listed them that fast on eBay.
Real.
Like it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it's like a 2 or 3 year sale just to get all those
Funko
Pops out. Possibly.
Yeah.
Like if that, that's quick flips. And I always talk about quick flips. I love quick flips. So that it's intriguing. Also, something I do want to talk about, since you are one of the people who Whatnot didn't pay to get on their app, we have some people, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just want to talk about that. Do you find it hard for people who may just want to jump on Whatnot to get involved with Whatnot?
So it takes a little time to get onboarded or approved or whatever. I've talked to people that got approved 2 or 3 days after they submitted an application. Mm-hmm. It took me 3 weeks to get approved. I was just waiting to hear back from them. Some people I've heard it takes 2 or 3 months. So it just kind of depends. I know a lot of people are trying to get on and they're still growing as a company, so they can only onboard people so fast. It's not like eBay. You just set up an account, take pictures, and put it on. Whatnot kind of wants to know what you're going to be selling. What's your track record? They look at your eBay store, things like that. A big misconception about Whatnot is that you need some kind of social media following for them to let you sell, but that's just not the case at all. I know several friends that have just recently gotten approved to sell and they have no social media. They do have an eBay track record history, so they can look at that and be like, okay, this person's legit. They've got 100% feedback on eBay. They've sold thousands of items. It definitely helps when you're running auctions if you've got a following that's going to go on there and support you, but definitely not a requirement. There's already tons of bidders on there, and they will find you if you've got the stuff to sell.
Okay. And we will definitely leave his Whatnot link in the description box below, as well as his YouTube channel for those who live under a rock or bridge, or maybe who've been stranded somewhere for years and don't know who this man is. Yeah, we'll have all his information, all his contact, as well as Instagram in the description box. So please make sure that you go give him a follow and tell him that Prison2Profit sent you. I mean, why wouldn't you? Just tell him I'm right here. Tell him. Let's get to these hard questions, these hard-hitting questions
that
nobody
else.
else.
I'll see you later.
We all know that we all go through some hardships when it comes to this reselling journey. Nothing's easy. For me personally, it was me learning shipping. I used to ship out items that was 40 pounds and I would be negative in money after shipping was all said and done. So when you were going through your 10 or 15 years and experience of reselling, what would you say are some of your heartaches that you've had to go through, or learning curbs that you had to breach through?
Shipping's definitely one. I did the same thing. I lost a ton of money shipping, and I learned the hard way to always do calculated, especially with the bigger stuff. So I've learned my lesson with that. I think being smarter with my buys, year after year, I get smarter with my buys, because when you first start reselling, you want to buy everything, every single thing. You're like, yeah, I can flip that and I can make money. You really can't. You got to be picky with what you buy, and you learn that as you go. So I've made plenty of bad buys, just junk that didn't sell, or I spent hundreds and only sold a little portion of it, and why did I ever buy this? So learning what sell-through rate means, learning quality stuff versus junk, and even in the last 2 or 3 years, really focusing on quality over quantity and trying to get my average sale price up. I've got it in the mid-50s now, and I'm extremely happy with that, because if I'm going to list something, take pictures and ship it and test and all that stuff, I want to make sure it's worth my time. I don't want to be selling $3, $4, $5 items. It just doesn't make sense for what I'm doing, specifically for eBay.
Great advice. As far as YouTube is concerned, I know that you definitely spend a lot more time on your reselling than you do YouTube, but do you have any advice for anybody who is scared to start a YouTube channel, or maybe if they did start a YouTube channel, maybe something they can probably do to succeed in YouTube?
Yeah, if you are thinking about doing a YouTube channel, I highly recommend trying it out. And you could just start with your phone. My first year, I just used my phone recording videos, and it does not have to be something, professional, highly edited, nothing like that. Just hit record and start it. And you'll learn from there. If you go back to my first video, it's horrible. It's really, really bad. The lighting's terrible. The audio's bad. I don't just randomly talking about stuff. But it was a start, and that kind of got the ball rolling. So my advice is just get it started. Also, if you think you have to be an expert of some sort to do a channel, that's just not the case at all. When I started my channel, I was talking a lot about sporting goods because that's what I know, and it didn't get talked about a lot in this community. So I think a lot of people learned about sporting goods, and that was, my niche that I could offer into the community. That's given so much back to me. Like I started watching Craigslist Hunter from the start. That guy's amazing. He knows so much stuff. And after I watched his videos, I was inspired to start making my own.
And with you having over 200,000 followers, how do you find it so easy just to be so humble?
I just always want to be myself. When I first started making videos, there was a lot of drama in the reselling community, just like channels, dragging each other through the mud and talking trash and all this stuff. So right when I started my channel, I'm like, no matter what, my channel will always be positive. I'm not getting into the mud with any of that stuff. If somebody has a problem with me, it's one-sided, okay? There's no two-sided beefs going on with me and anybody. It's an issue they got with me. That's something they got to deal with themselves. But this community is positive, and you can get as much out of it as you put into it. I've learned so much stuff from watching other channels and connections I've made and networking. So if you really just embrace this community and focus on making good connections, it's gonna be fine, and just be yourself. Don't ever pretend to buy something or put something on that it's not real. Don't ever do that. Just be yourself and you'll be fine. Really, that's all that it is.
Facts, I agree. And we're gonna wrap this up, but I hired a private investigator.
Oh no.
Yeah, the hard-hitting questions aren't over, guys.
I didn't think you're gonna find out about that.
Yeah, I hired a private investigator, and we did some research, and we found out that you may or may not be a fibber. Your name is Cincinnati Picker, but we've done research, and we found that you have searched outside of Cincinnati. Can you explain yourself, sir?
Yeah, so occasionally we go on vacations. Just recently we went down to Disney World with the family, and I get the itch. The weather was warm. There was garage sales. We don't have them here in the winter. I'm gonna take advantage. And instead of changing my name to Orlando Picker for just a week, I was like, we'll just leave it as it is, and I'll just do some quick sourcing in Orlando.
I told you guys I was gonna find out why he was out there in Orlando sourcing, and as well as some Michigan areas we saw him out there sourcing. But just because your name's Cincinnati Picker don't mean you gotta pick in Cincinnati.
That's right.
No, but thank you so much, John, for real. This is my friend, guys, for real. To me, like I said, he knows he's my friend. Been here a million times. Thank you for doing this interview.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Seriously.
Yeah. Feel like I want to wrap this up with some kind of special saying or something because, again, I think you're one of the most special people in the community. Just your personality, you're humble. That's why I'm kind of drawn to you. I just feel like you're real. You're definitely real. And that is so much appreciated. Not just by me, but a lot of people in the community. Everybody, you go back on a lot of random people's videos, you're definitely one of the people that people respect. So thank you so much for allowing me to have your time. If there's anything you want to say to the people, he has merch. Go cop his merch, Cincinnati.
I do have merch.
Go cop his merch. Always got to promote merch.
Right.
But anything you want to say to the people or anything?
Show this guy some love. He's one of the real ones, Watch some more of his videos, comment on his stuff, hit the thumbs up, all that stuff. Show this guy some love. He's awesome.
Oh, appreciate that for real.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll leave that in there even though it's a lie. Yeah. No, but you guys, if we don't do anything else, we definitely ask that you go out there and you go bless somebody. That's what it's about. At the end of the day, so much goes on in this world, which we don't even need to talk about. We see it all the time. And also, don't go on stage and go smack people because that's not nice. That's not blessing people. But make sure that you go bless somebody today. Me, myself, and I'll promise John we will bless somebody tomorrow. At this point in time, your boy Tay and
John.
We're out.
See ya.
So guys, what you don't know is I actually had 2 cameras set up. I actually had my GoPro set up and then my phone set up. And my phone died. It actually ran out of storage. So that's why I didn't get the 2 angles like I wanted to. But luckily, we did get the GoPro footage still, and it wasn't like we had to do the entire interview over, so you get the authentic interview how it came. So, sometimes I try to get too fancy with angles and stuff like that, trying to learn editing, but yeah, I wanted to do that, especially for John, because like I said, John is a humble guy, and he is really a genuine friend. Me and John have hung out probably too many times that I can count now. He's a guy that is my actual friend. So, with all that being said,
thank you, John, for just being a part of this interview, and look forward to doing some more of these interviews in the future. You know, I like doing my interviews person to person, not really over the live stream, because I just feel like, I don't know, you get to really know the person and you vibe off the person. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, and do not forget to go follow John. Please subscribe, tell him Prison2Profit sent you, and then like I said, make sure that you bless somebody today, because I promise you I'm gonna bless somebody tomorrow. Your boy Tay, I'm out.